This was a tragedy. Just a good old-fashioned fucking tragedy. Perfectly normal kid. Asked the guy to move out of his seat and get stabbed for it. Allegedly. Allegedly. Except allegedly nothing, because apparently the cunt that did it confessed. Confessed to the cop that arrested him. But he not only confessed, he also claimed self-defense, because fuck it, of course he did. He stabs a kid in the chest and then claims self-fucking-defense. What the fuck ever? What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Anyway, shout out to CBS News. They got this news from the local Texas affiliate. Police report reveals what Karmelo Anthony allegedly said after the fatal stabbing of Frisco ISD student. And for the record, I don't even give a shit right now. Karmelo, you named your son after a fucking candy bar? Like, what is up with these names, dude? Karmelo, fuck off. Witnesses to a stabbing that led to the death of a Frisco ISD student this week told police the victim and suspect didn't know each other, according to an arrest report obtained by CBS News Texas. Yeah. They went to different schools. But the track meet they were at was like a bunch of different schools were competing there, so they both kind of had reason to be there. The incident happened at around 10 a.m. at Q Kendall Stadium on Wednesday. According to the Frisco Police Department, the altercation was between two students and resulted in one stabbing the other. The suspect, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony, is in police custody and has been charged with murder. His bond was set at $1 million. Good. That means he's not getting out on bail. Unless some dipshit, bleeding heart, fuckstick celebrity decides to come pay his bail for him, like if fucking, what the fuck's her name? Oh, Jesus Christ. If like Kim Kardashian decides this is just another innocent black man who's been put in prison for a crime he didn't commit, so she goes and like pays his bail or something like that, something stupid. One witness told an officer that they were sitting with Metcalf. Austin Metcalf is the name of the kid who died, who was stabbed. One witness told an officer that they were sitting with Metcalf under the school's tent during a track meet at the stadium when someone they didn't know, identified as Anthony, came over to them. The witness said Metcalf told Anthony to leave the tent when Anthony grabbed his bag, opened it, reached inside, and said, "Touch me and see what happens." The police document said no one thought Anthony had a weapon. One witness said Metcalf touched Anthony, and another said Metcalf grabbed Anthony. Okay, so let's go ahead and say for a second that Metcalf did, in fact, initiate physical contact first. You're sitting there in a tent, in your school's tent, with your friends, your brother, and some dude you've never fucking seen before, you have no idea who he is, just shows up and starts grabbing bags. And then whenever you ask him to leave, he gets belligerent with you and says, "Touch me and see what happens." So you decide, all right, motherfucker, fine. And then the dude pulls out a knife and stabs you in the fucking heart. So, like, a guy pulls a bag out, opens it up, reaches inside the bag, and says, "Touch me and see what happens." Like, fuck off. Anthony then pulled a knife out and stabbed Metcalf once in the chest before running away, according to the police. At that point, Metcalf grabbed his chest and told everyone to get help, what witness said. Police said when they arrived at the scene, Metcalf wasn't conscious and breathing. Multiple Frisco ISD athletic trainers were performing CPR, the affidavit said. Another officer spoke to two witnesses, one being the victim's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf. The other officer said they were both hysterical and couldn't speak to police. Quote, "My other son, who was there, I was holding his hands on the hole, trying to save his life." Jeff Metcalf, the twins' father, told CBS News Texas. "He told me, I looked at him, his eyes, he was gone. He wasn't breathing." So, like, some dude comes over to you, starts getting belligerent, so you're like, okay, asshole. All right, fine. You want to fucking come over here and start shit? Let's go. And then you come over there, you start threatening people, and then somebody decides to put you in your place, and then you stab him to death. Self-defense. You initiated the conflict in the first place. Even if Austin Metcalf even if let's say it does come to find out, or it does come out that he's the one who initiated physical contact, he basically grabbed him, as they say. Like he still like Karmelo Anthony was still the aggressor. He was in a place he shouldn't have been, acting fucking belligerent and threatening people. You know, the same kind of thing could have happened to Daniel Penny, for instance. He could have got stabbed in the heart for trying to handle some belligerent cunt who was threatening people. Another officer said that Anthony complied with them and said he was protecting himself, according to the affidavit. Once the officer said, "I have the alleged suspect in custody," Anthony told the officer, "I'm not alleged, I did it," unquote. He also told police that Metcalf put his hands on him after he told him not to. Like, no, like, why the hell were you in the tent? Like, what were you doing there? Why were you there in the first place? Why were you being belligerent with people? Why did you immediately go for a fucking weapon? Like, if we're to believe the series of events as it's described to us, it's the Metcalf brothers are in the tent, Karmelo comes in the tent, is acting belligerent. Austin tells him to leave. Dude reaches into his bag and says, "Touch me and see what happens." So Metcalf said, "Okay, fine. Your terms are acceptable," and then gets stabbed in the chest for it. Like, why did you bring a knife to a fucking track meet in the first place? Did you think you were going to get into an altercation? Why would you think you would get into an altercation? Why, like, this whole story is fucking bullshit. This poor kid lost his life because you felt like being a fucking asshole. While he was in the police vehicle, an officer reported that Anthony asked if Metcalf is going to be okay and if what happened could be considered self-defense. I doubt it. But you never know. He may, end up. We may end up in one of those situations where somebody decides, no, this was a clear-cut case of self-defense. This guy, he started it. He put his hands on this poor innocent black kid. And this poor innocent black kid had no choice. This poor innocent black kid thought he was going to be absolutely ravaged. Thought he was going to be destroyed, murdered by this giant hulking football player of a white boy, and he had no other choice but to stab him in the heart. Now, something's not stirring the Kool-Aid here. Now, if he admitted to it like this cop says that he did, then this is pretty open and shut, in my opinion. You know, I hope this kid gets life. I really do. I hope he never gets out of prison. But I know that's not how the prison system works. Revolving door and all that. But yeah, no, I hope he gets life. He went in there looking for trouble. He found trouble and then decided to stab trouble in the heart. As far as I'm concerned, he's guilty. Especially because he confessed. He admitted that he did it. So he's guilty as far as I'm concerned. I don't even feel comfortable saying alleged anymore. But whatever. I'm sure this is a hot take that somebody disagrees with. So by all means, disagree with me down in the comments. Or agree with me down in the comments. It doesn't really matter. You can do either one. Or maybe you just want to say something completely unrelated to the video. Either way, say it in the comments because, that does stuff for the algorithm. And then smash the like button. And follow all my links. And sub to all my other channels. And follow me on X. And you know the drill at this point. Take a bone, sharpen it into a shiv, and stab me in the heart with it.